We don't have to rely on sources anymore because the Senate version of the tax bill is now officially out. Here are some of the key details. As we've been reporting, it would delay the introduction of the corporate rate cut by 1 year to 2019. However, it would get down to 20% and stay there permanently. It would also limit the ability of companies to deduct their interest, but give them full and immediate expensing for 5 years. The individual side of the Senate plan is quite different from the House version of the bill. The Senate version has 7 individual tax rates. The top tax rate is 38.5%. The Senate bill will also include a full repeal of the state and local tax deduction. Now that gives them a lot of money to play with to do some other things in the bill, such as keeping that $1 million limit on the mortgage interest deduction. The House version of the bill had lowered that for newly purchased homes. The Senate version of the bill keeps it at its current level. The Senate bill also preserves the deduction for medical expenses as well. That is something that had been controversial when it was taken out of the House bill. On the estate tax, the Senate version would not fully repeal the estate tax. Instead, it doubles the exemption for individuals from $5.5 million to $11 million before that estate tax begins to kick in. Now, this is what the Senate calls a conceptual mark. We don't have actual legislative text of the bill because the Senate is continuing to sort of fine-tune some of those details. Senate Republicans will be meeting with Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and White House Economic Advisor Gary Cohn later on this afternoon. Meanwhile, over in the House Ways and Means Committee, they are still debating their version of a bill. A vote is expected later on this afternoon, guys. Republicans are sprinting to the finish here to get all of this work done before they leave today for the Veterans Day holiday. Back over to you.
Is the House piece of this irrelevant now, though? It sounds like they just have to take whatever the Senate is able to give them.
Not necessarily. The House will bring its bill to the floor if it passes out of committee next week. And the key here is that there will eventually have to be a compromise between the two chambers. That's the way it used to work back in the olden days. And so we'll see which provisions in the House will remain and which provisions in the Senate are going to remain. Both sides are going to have to give something up.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.